what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so let's talk about this Casanova two-time situation, man. He got some really bad news today, y'all, man. So Casanova, to keep you guys up to date, is a Brooklyn rapper who was recently, man, incarcerated because as a part of a RICO trial, which involved about 17 other people. So RICO is a racketeering trial, man, and basically it is the federal government's weapon to take on crime organizations. Now, Casanova was accused of being a part of the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation, and he was named in the affidavit, or excuse me, the indictment against that group and that organization, naming him one of the members, man. So in simple terms, there's a RICO case and Casanova is in it. Now, lately, each development has been coming through week by week, and Casanova has been putting a lot into getting bail and trying to get out to fight this case while he's on the street, because he feels like he's wrongly accused, and his lawyers have been really doing a good job of putting that news, putting that before the judge, excuse me, and the news outlets out here have been covering it step by step, blow by blow, like it was a heavyweight fight. Well, today, Casanova got some horrible news. But before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Casanova two times just a little bit, man. Now, Casanova two times bail got denied. Now, this is based on a report from the New York Daily News. Now, all the news sources in New York have been covering this Casanova trial heavily, because not too often do you have a RICO case this large that involves a superstar rapper. So Casanova is a drill rapper from New York City, right? A lot of people might not be familiar with him, but he has some very powerful partnerships in the hip hop game. I'm talking about your Rock Nations. He's been seen at the Rock Nation brunch. He's been at all those type of events. But Casanova two times is really in this fight alone, because he got swept up in a federal indictment that named him as one of the members of an organization called the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation. Now, this is a blood organization, allegedly, that works in New York City and, operates as an illegal organization within the city. So them being associated with a superstar rapper is drawing a lot of headlines, man. That's why this is in the news every week. In each development, everybody is gripping on word for word, right? Well, today, man, as I said before, Casanova's bond got denied, man. So for those of you who don't know, man, Casanova's team, they've been working for a while to put together this bond package, which is like $2.5 million, man. And he thought, based on the amount and everything that he's putting up, that this would be a good faith effort in keeping him on the streets, so that way he can earn a living probably and still fight his trial, because these RICO trials and stuff like that, man, are costly affairs. And usually when the feds come with all this information, you've got to work double time in order to come out victorious. That's why they have like a 95 to 98% conviction rate. Now, most people just cop a plea and give up, but Caswell Sr., aka Casanova, is looking at 15 years minimum. So I know he's not trying to do all that time. Based on this story, this is what went down in court today. So it says, a judge denied Brooklyn rapper Casanova's bid for bail Thursday, ruling that he presented a danger to the community if released from jail. So basically, they're saying that Casanova is a threat to society somehow if he's released from jail. I don't know why they think that, but they're going to go into greater details why they believe that in a second here. So Manhattan federal judge Philip Halpern, I guess it's Halpern, said Casanova's criminal history, along with the evidence against the accused Gorilla Stone Blood member, made it too risky to grant him $2.5 million bail pending trial. Casanova's real name is Casanova Sr. The fact that violence seems to be perpetrated by associates of Mr. Sr., it's plausible to interpret that as evidence Mr. Sr. doesn't have to get his hands dirty, Harpin said. So the judge himself basically said that it's obvious that Casanova has the ability to get people touched or make people, or not get his hands dirty and still be a presence on the street. Now, this is definitely an alleged statement, man. And that's a wide assumption, because once Casanova gets free, or if he was able to get bond, I'm pretty sure the first thing he's thinking in his mind is doing shows and going out here and doing walkthroughs and stuff, trying to get that money because he knows that he's got a fight on his hands. I mean, remember when Irv, well, we might not remember because it was a long time ago, and when they fought their trial, they were kind of out of the limelight. But when Irv Gotti and his brother, I think his name is Chris Gotti or whatever, they fought their trial against the federal government and actually won. It was, man, it took forever. It took a lot out of them, man. So, and I'm sure it was a lot easier to hire lawyers and to hire a team of lawyers and to get evidence and do things while you could still earn money in some ways. Even though with Murder Inc., they shut them down. They weren't even allowed to make money off their music, I heard, allegedly. So, man, that's crazy. But Casanova, they got me saying his government name. It looks like, man, he was trying his best to get free, and they just weren't having it. Big part of this are some of the developments we got last week. Now, last week, we found out there was a member from Casanova's alleged team who was involved in a shooting down in Miami, man. So there was a news story that cracked off last week that alleged that Casanova and his folks were down in Florida, and some members of that organization they were tying them to had got into it with somebody over a gang sign, and then 2 people ended up getting shot. A lot of this evidence has come from the cell phones of none other than Casanova and some of the other co-defendants on this RICO trial. So one of the guys down in Florida, his phone, I guess, had a lot of information in regards to that shooting. And I think they used that to paint a picture of Casanova as a menace to society, pretty much, and that if you let him loose, he has the ability to call shots and tell people to shoot other people, because that's what they alleged in that report. So, I mean, it pretty much set it up for what we're seeing today, where Casanova's bail got denied. Now, I'm not sure if this is the last time we'll see him going up trying to get bail, but I mean, I know it's a tough situation when your bail gets denied and you were looking forward to it, especially when you're putting up property, houses, and everything just to get to that $2.5 million amount in order to fight this. So, man, that is a heavy, heavy blow to Casanova and his team. Now, Casanova's attorneys are fighting still, man. So his defense attorney, a guy named James Corosos, he basically is arguing that the government's case is basically put together on comments from other accused people in the trial. So everything is based that they have against Casanova are photos from his Instagram and other people talking about him. Nothing that Casanova said or did himself. So, I mean, he tried to make a good argument, but in the end, he lost and Casanova was denied bail. Now, Casanova is still facing a minimum of 15 years in prison for toting firearms, dealing drugs, all in connection with this gang. Now, what do you guys think, man? Do you think that Casanova is getting a fair deal here, or do you feel that Casanova is being singled out some way because he's a rap star, and really the bail situation should be as easy as him putting in a package and getting approved? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.